I'm Don Lee, and I'm the elementary music teacher and the middle school band teacher at Date Academy in Stone Mountain, Georgia. I've been a musician my entire life, and I got my first drum kit when I was 10 years old. There's the box from it. And I still have the drum kit up there. I started teaching when I was in college, and one of my instructors had too many private students and asked me to take over some of them. And I went from there and I taught when I got out of college. And I've been teaching over 20 years now. High school band, middle school band, elementary band, middle school chorus, elementary music, you name it. I think one of my proudest moments as a teacher was when I was playing a gig in Las Vegas with Atlanta band, Band X. And we had an opening band. We knew they were from Atlanta as well, but we hadn't met them yet. And when we met them in sound check, the bass player looked at me and said, "Mr. Lee," and it turned out that he was one of my middle school students and had gone on in music and become a professional musician. And we had a great time. I enjoyed their show, and I got to tell everybody that he was one of my former students. And it really made me think that as many students have gone on in music to become music teachers or professional musicians, you never really know which ones are going to take it to heart, and you never know which students your class is going to touch. And it's always surprising to me, those that go ahead, because sometimes I didn't know that they were that serious about it. So it's taught me that you've got to teach every student as if music will be their life, because hey, you never know. One of the biggest challenges I faced when I first started teaching was that I had never played a brass instrument. I played percussion in college, and I played the saxophone from elementary school through high school. But in my first teaching job, I had a high school band and 2 elementaries. And I had high school brass students, and I had to teach elementary brass students. So I got myself a trumpet, and I practiced at home, and I played trumpet with my beginning trumpet players and tried to stay one page ahead of them in the book. After a year, I got to be a pretty decent trumpet player, so I started playing my trumpet with my high school brass class, and I got a trombone and started playing that with beginners. And after a couple of years, I went through the whole brass family and became a pretty good brass player. One innovative teaching technique that I like to use, doesn't seem like it'd be that innovative, but too often it is, and that is I try to ensure that my students have fun learning music. Music class should be a joyous time, and I try to get my students involved in learning music without stressful performance guidelines. I found that students that can learn to perform music without being judged can express the joy of music without being self-conscious. And I find that students that learn to play in a joyful manner and have fun playing music are excited to learn new techniques which will make them become better musicians.